Hey guys, going to try to do a walkthrough, but I'm in a town where they filmed Young Guns and parts of Young Guns 2. This is a church. You see that a lot in the film. This building was John Tunstall's store in the movie. And in the movie, there's a scene where Billy gets his new clothes and he comes through this door here, walks out, turns, looks in those windows, and draws his pistols. That's where all of that happened. So I said he would have came right out here, walked over here, looked in those windows right there, pulled his pistols, and you see he's seen himself in the window, pulled his pistols with his new clothes on. This is where that happened at. Beautiful church. It's seen several times in a film. This area was actually set up with a lot of cattle and had hogs and whatnot in it. Another scene when they talked about deputizing the regulators. And the fella said no, he wasn't going to do it. And he looked and he said, well, you go tell them. That actually was filmed right here in this area. Looks a lot different now in Hollywood makeup. There was also a scene, a couple great scenes. This tree's in the film. You see it all the time. This would have been L.G. Murphy's place, and it extended on down. All of this whole area in the movie was owned by Murphy and Dolan. A scene Doc would have walked right up into here with the China girl, chasing her down. From this way, the Murphy-Dolan gang came. As soon as they rounded this corner, Doc was right over here and ran right inside that gate. Another scene at the very end of the movie, when Billy came riding back, he came from this way, stopped right into this area, and shot Murphy in the head, right here in the street. This was also the area to where they did the big dance, and they all went to the dance at night, and that's where Doc actually danced with the China girl. That was all done in this vicinity right here. Again, this tree here you see many times, many times in the movie. Now, some Hollywood magic. This wall here is the actual wall to where the boys took cover and was hiding out. They would have been right up against there. All of this is new. But they would have been right over there. I've actually got a piece of the wall the owner let me have yesterday, and I did a video inside there. I was thinking for some reason they were on this wall, but it wasn't this wall. This wall seen in the movie several times. And he told me what they did is the gates that they used on that wall, as I said, this has all been redone. But the original is right down here. Right there's the original. And that's where they would have been. All of this is changed. But these are the gates that was actually used on that wall. And you can see both of those in the film. Now, with the scene, it wraps around the wall and makes it look like it was this area here, right behind this wall, that the regulators were and they took cover. In reality, with Hollywood makeup, it was right here. And this area here that's been replaced is where the gates were. Right down there is like a hole going up, and you see that in the film where the regulators are up against it. And I've got a great picture of that I'll put in as a thumbnail. Just Hollywood makeup. And he gave me a piece of that wall yesterday where Emilio Estevez was leaned up against. And it would have been right over here where they replaced. And he kept that, and he kept one from Charlie Sheen where he was. Really super nice guy. But those are the gates. This is just not the wall that was used. Across the street, it's where all the Murphy bunch was. The Blackbird, you have Mary's Bar. And I'm not very for sure yet. I have to go inside. I have to wait for them to open. But it was either the Blackbird or Mary's Bar. I think it was Mary's Bar, to where Billy went in. He met the bounty hunter. Said he was going to kill Billy the Kid. And he asked to see his gun and took all the bullets out. When he took all the bullets out, he started kind of harassing the guy some. And guy drew his gun. Billy started whistling. He pulled the trigger 3 times. But Billy had already took his bullets out, so nothing happened. And Billy shot him. And I believe it was in Mary's Bar. There's an area up front that you see Doc and Charlie and all of them. You know, Dick, or whatever you want to call him. All in the front sitting around. And then the back area was where that took place at the bar. So I'm waiting for him to open, and we'll go in there and see that. It was either in here or it was in the Blackbird. I'm not for sure, but I will find out. Then all this would have been the restaurant right here that was in the film. And like I said, it would have been all of Murphy's stuff, but it was all filmed right here on this road. This is their main street. Now, this area here, all out in here, is where the ending of the movie took place in Young Guns, where they all took shelter in the house and was actually going against Murphy Dolan and the army at the time. The house set right in here. They threw a trunk out of the window that landed out on the ground that had Billy in it, and that he jumped out and started shooting. All that happened right here. The house was here. A wagon was flipped over right over here where a bunch of them took shelter. And then over in here was where the gun was. There's Mary's Bar. And I'm pretty sure it was Mary's Bar where that took place. But this is the area now. It's a welcome center. Very cool though. Some really cool movie history. In the movie, this was Lincoln, the town of Lincoln, New Mexico. So this will probably be a 2 or 3 part video, because I do want to get some scenes of inside the bar in the Blackbird. But in the film, this was Lincoln, New Mexico. All took place down this road. Of course, they brought in dirt and made it look, you know, like it was back in the 1800s. A few things that were used in the movie that I did talk to him about yesterday were these benches. This area here, you see a bunch of guys sitting on the benches through here and through this area here in the film. And that was all the Murphy Dolan gang. This is it. Town of Lincoln, New Mexico for Young Guns. As I said, this tree is in so many shots of the movie. As well as the wall again. That's the wall they were on. Just Hollywood magic, you know? Very old tree. But that is in tons and tons of shots in the film. But this is the gate Doc would have actually ran through. He'd have ran through there and took shelter with the boys back on the wall. And I have a piece of this wall. Not only do I have a piece of that, I have the original piece of wall that Emilio Estevez, Billy the Kid, was leaned up against from with the regulators right over here. So very cool. And you guys, once they open up, I'll see what I can do, and maybe I can go into the Blackbird and Mary's and check it out and find those other scenes. But it was all filmed right here on Main Street. And again, over here was some hog pens, and I believe in this area here they had something set up, cattle or something like that. But this here would have been the store for Murphy and Dolan, right here. These benches were all in the movie. The hitching post was in the movie. That was in the movie. So a lot there from the movie. And the beautiful church. And then again, this would have been where Billy and the bunch hung out, and were actually told then that they would be sheriffs and go after the Dolan gang. It's a really, really cool movie history, and I love Young Guns and Young Guns 2, two of my favorite movies by far. So I just wanted to share this with you. And in the movie, you know, it looks a lot different now. But this is it. Hope y'all enjoyed.